be the Jazz off the tip. And checking out Utah's opening lineup, Burks the off guard with Hayward at the 3. Favors plays the 4 with Cantor at the 5. And it's Burke in at the point guard. Now here's Burke. To the wing right side. Here's Hayward. Shot clock at 4. The shot's good from Cantor.
Nice way for him to get started here early.
And guys, hopefully a sign of things to come from him here.
Rubio dishes to Martin. Pekovic with the screen for Martin. He feeds it to Wiggins. Back to Martin. 6 to shoot. Rubio outside. Shot is no good. And it's Utah the other way.
Well, the Jazz really struggled last season. Maybe the worst defensive team in the league, and they weren't a lot better offensively. Some of that you have to attribute to youth. And quite honestly, it's impressive they were able to win as many games as they did under the circumstances.
Feeds it to Martin. Back to Rubio. Pulls up. And it's Martin that time on the answers by Rubio.
Put that pass in the ideal spot, right where it needed to be.
Burke kicks to Burks. The rebound by Young. On defense, Utah. Martin the pass to Rubio. Back to Martin. Left side, Martin. And the shot is good. Martin's got his second basket.
Well, nice way there to get your first basket of the game.
Burke with it. This is to Burks. Pass to Favors. Takes it from 10. Rebound, Minnesota. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Outside, Martin. Rubio left side. Shoots from the baseline.
Looked like an easy 2 points right there.
You know he's kicking himself for that miss.
Here's Burke. The pass to Burks. Easy layup after coming off the pick. Burks has got his first basket.
Well, he wasn't phased at all by the bigger man on him. On the low block, I thought he might be.
You know, Steve, I thought maybe he'd prefer to bring him out to the perimeter, but whatever works, go to it.
And he gets the bucket.
Ricky Rubio, 2 points.
Here's Burke. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Burks dishes to Favors. Kevin Martin grabs the board. For Minnesota, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Rubio against Hayward. And Rubio kicks to Pekovic. Shoots a fader and blocked. Now here's Burke. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Pass to Favors. Burks with it. Working on Martin. 6 to shoot. Hayward can't hit.
Boy, that's a surprising miss right there. He usually feasts on those wide open opportunities.
Wiggins passes to Young. Pekovic dishes to Young. The second chance effort. That's good.
Thaddeus Young.
And the Jazz with possession here. Trailing by 2. Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Guys, I had a chance to talk with head coach Flip Saunders. If there's an area that he feels they've got to overcome offensively, he said it's probably the shot blocking they'll face inside. The key, he said, is playing unselfishly. We have to make the extra pass to punish them for rotating. Guys, they have to remain aggressive and continue to attack. Back to you.
Thanks a lot, Doris. And dealing with the sort of defense they're facing is not an easy challenge.
No, but they've got a few weapons of their own that they can counter with, so it's not exactly a one-sided battle.
Maybe so, Steve, but those weapons are still going to have to perform at a really high level for them to have a chance to be successful.
Andrew Wiggins, blessed with great athletic bloodlines. You know, his father was a former NBA player, and his mom was an Olympic sprinter, so make no mistake, great genes there.
Here's Burke following the basket by Andrew Wiggins. Favors with a screen on Martin, and Burke stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
Yeah, good call there. You could tell he was moving into the defender when he tried to set the screen.
Yeah, lowered that shoulder, dipped right into him, too. I mean, he was going to be called on that foul either way.
At his size 6'8" with a 7-foot arm span, Andrew Wiggins has a chance to literally rise above his opponents.
Great bounce. Tremendous bounce for the over 40 vertical jump, and he's got a quick second and third jump as well, Kevin, which sometimes is overlooked, but it makes a big difference in the game of basketball.
Scouts don't overlook that, though.
No, they're always on top of it. Yeah.
Another miss by Utah.
That's an unusual, surprising miss for him. Typically, he's good on those inside.
Pekovic with the screen for Rubio. Timberwolves passing it around. And Young kicks to Pekovic. And good on the basket.
Every time it gets scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
But you got to make a defensive adjustment.
On the court right now is one of the most exciting aspects of the NBA. Crunch the ball.
Time out of the game called for Utah.
All right, fans, that was your
Prior
Timberwolves
to last
answers.
season's
Let me hear
signing,
it.
5-year, $60 million extension. And, you know, he missed a month with a right ankle issue. But that aside, he went about showing that he was worth every penny.
Jazz trail by 6. Burke kicks to Hayward. And stolen by Wiggins. Pass break, Minnesota. Wiggins with the ball. It's deflected. That one goes.
Big basket by Ricky Rubio.
Had the best scoring rate of his career last season. But prior to that injury, he led the league in second chance points. He's just a monster inside.
Cantor hits the jump hook. Cantor's got his second bucket of the game to go.
That bounce pass got him the ball in rhythm. Nice play.
Pekovic with a screen. The drive by Rubio. Pekovic passes to Martin. And Rubio kicks to Wiggins. Passes it to Martin. Pocket 6. Kicks it out to Rubio. And that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession.
Remains Minnesota ball.
And steady improvement for Nikola Pekovic over his 4 seasons in the NBA.
Yeah, he's improved his rebound rate every season. And, you know, a dramatic improvement protecting the ball. Turnovers used to be a big problem for him, but now it's an area of strength.
Now, here's Rubio. That's good.
Came on
And it's 9 points for Martin.
You know, it seems like when they've gone to him, he's really come through. And that's not something they should get away from.
Burke dishes to Favors. And here is Burke. Shoots off the screen. That's good.
Trey Burke.
Burke's got his first bucket in this one.
Solid screen right there that freed him up for the jump shot.
Now, here's Rubio. Burke covering. Minnesota leading by 7. Martin the pass to Rubio. Here's Pekovic. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play.
That's his first
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
Yeah, the defense has been futile here. 5 of the last 6 field goals in the lane.
Minnesota making some changes. Gorgie Dangs checked in for Young. Brewer comes in for Kevin Martin. And Mo Williams subbed in for Ricky Rubio.
Well, Nikola Pekovic, a battering ram style of play, but really soft hands for a big guy. I think that combination makes him one of the most effective inside scorers in the league.
Here is Novak. Now the dish to Hayward. And again, it's Utah. You know, Steven, for Pekovic, he's not the NBA leader in points in the paint every season. He's not far off them. A great post-up score, something you see less and less of nowadays.
And even off the ball, a great offensive rebounder and finisher. He punishes you on the inside.
Minnesota with the ball after the basket by Utah. And it's Wiggins missing.
Really good offensive execution. Nice pick, just couldn't get the shot to go.
Boy, you love to see that as a basketball purist. Guy setting a good screen and then getting the shot opportunity.
Now here's Burke. He dishes it to Hayward. Launches it. That one falls coming off Burke's feet. Now just a 5-point Timberwolves lead.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
And Brewer kicks to Williams. Pekovic with the screen for Williams. Brewer's shot is off.
I thought he rushed it a little bit, guys, because he had a clean look, just lost his focus.
Now Burke to the right side. Now here's Hayward. He's covered closely. That is good. Hayward's got 9 points.
What a start to this game. The offense is both dominating.
Tell you what, feels like a game on the playground. Forget about defense, just keep firing.
Here's Dang. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Here's Pekovic. No good again that time. Jazz trail by 3. Guys, a potent offense right now.
Yeah, Kevin, really the offense is flowing quite nicely right now.
Playing with a lot of confidence, just some self-assurance. I like what we're seeing.
Minnesota's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. There's a screen. Williams dishes to Jang. Pekovic with it. 5 points in the game. Williams attacking. Lets a floater go. 2 minutes to go. And the Timberwolves lead by 5. The Jazz shooting well right out of the gates here at around 50%. Utah calls timeout. And as with any timeout at this point of the game, important to go over the strategies that are working and those that are needed in terms of adjustments. And, of course, the opportunity, guys, to get hydrated with Gatorade before coming back out to the floor. We've seen some good action so far, and there's more of it to come.
Yeah, this game has been physical. It's been fast. It's been high-paced. So anytime you're in a situation like this where it's really a hard-fought game, critical to keep yourself hydrated throughout.
And it's checked in for the Timberwolves. Barea comes in for Wiggins. Here's Hood. Kicks it to Exum. Utah needs to get off a shot here. Novak with the 3. No good. And Minnesota now the other way. Barea kicks to Williams. The feed now to Barea. To the inside. 55 seconds left here in the first quarter. Dishes it to Evans. Exum sets a screen for Evans. He kicks to Booker. Back to Evans. Another shot. He lays it in.
Jeremy Evans.
Evans has got his first points of the game.
Strong rebounding, and he's rewarded with the easy putback.
Williams passes to Barea. And it's blocked, and they're able to recover. Shot clock at 6. Williams attacking. Utah with the rebound. Booker's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Hood kicks to Exum. Pass to Hood. He feeds it to Booker. Plenty of room around him, and it's good. Now just a 1-point Timberwolves lead. Williams with the ball. From deep 3-point range, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Timberwolves ahead, leading by just 1. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. Up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter.
And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Timberwolves?
I was impressed with their transition game, guys. They really got out and ran the lane.
Yeah, they did. I mean, no better way to get easy buckets than through fast breaks. Really came up short from where they wanted to be, and you've got to attribute it to the fact that they weren't as good at home as they needed.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the court for Minnesota, Martin is the 2 with Brewer is the 3. Young out there with Anthony Bennett, and it's Barea in at the guard position. And for the Wolves, they weren't bad at home by any means. They still ended up with 24 wins here.
Yeah, but they were hoping to be up in the 30s like most of the playoff teams were. You know, really it came down to them not playing the high-level defense they needed in order to get wins at home.
And Doris Burke has something for us. Hey, Doris.
Gentlemen, as you know, Andrew Wiggins was taken as the first overall pick of a talented 2014 class, but should have no problem with the pressure. He's been hyped as the next big thing for quite some time. He said, I think playing at Kansas really prepares you for this. You're basically treated like a rock star wherever you go. I think that represents the NBA. Gentlemen.
Unlimited potential, Doris. Thank you very much. Here's Exum following the bucket by the Timberwolves. Feeds to Burks. Stolen by Martin. The pass to Brewer. Down low. The kick out to Young. Timberwolves passing it around. Screen by Young. Here is Barea. Burks covering. On the wing, Brewer. Shot clock at 6. No good with the wing jumper.
That's not his shot there, guys. And whether you play D on him or not, he's usually going to miss that one.
Martin wide open. He fires. A three-pointer off the mark.
He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
Here's Favors. Drilled from 6 feet. Favors got 4 points now in the quarter.
That was the third straight high percentage look this defense has allowed. I mean, these defenders have got to start bumping bodies in the paint. Be more physical, be more aggressive.
I agree, Clark, but it doesn't look like they have the will to do that at this moment.
Now here is Martin. 11 points in the game. Steps back and fires. Good. Martin's got 13. But Clark, we've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
Yeah, we sure have. I mean, it's been a bit of a windshield wiper game. I mean, back and forth, the lead has gone 5 times. So no one in clear control yet.
I think both teams feel like they can win. They both have confidence.
Hanging out my backside,
See
only
which
on
team
the
can
left side.
kind of ride the momentum and take control of this game.
So the Timberwolves call their first time
so much you thought I was a
Burks. And of course, try saying that fast 5 times.
I will not. That is indeed a bit of a tongue twister. But you know, Kevin, these two have a chance to make a pretty special backcourt tandem. Both are really exceptional ball handlers, and I like Alec Burks' ability to attack the rim and finish creatively. And you know, Trey Burke showed in his rookie year that he can shoot it from deep. And knows how to
Jazz have gone a perfect 4 of 4 since the second quarter began. Perfect from the field. Burke dishes to Burks. Deflects the pass and stolen by Bennett. Rubio outside. Pass to Young. Lets the three fly. That's in. Coming off an assist from Rubio. Rubio's got 4 assists in the game. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Timberwolves.
They've come out in attack mode defensively, applying pressure and stealing the ball repeatedly.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
Jazz trail by 6. Up top, Burke, covered by Rubio. Now running it up the court. Martin pushing it up. Here's Young. That's good.
Defense pretty much helpless there, stopping that layup. I think too much of a mismatch in terms of height.
And the ball is called.
Well, for Ricky Rubio, it seems there's been a little disappointment in his development as a shooter, but still room for hope and optimism. The Timberwolves were much better with him on the floor. His overall impact on the game still undervalued, but clearly impactful.
And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Nikola Pekovic comes in for Bennett, and Wiggins is subbed in for Brewer. Here's Burke. Out to the right wing. Now, here's Burks. Favors passes to Hayward. Here's Burks. Another miss by Utah. Stevie talked about that stat for Rubio. The Timberwolves were almost 13 points per 100 possessions better with him on the floor.
Yeah, between his passing and his defense, he's a difference maker, Kevin. I know his shooting percentages haven't been great over the course of his career, but they're getting better. And Rubio, there's no doubting that he makes his team better when he's out. You know, they've been so effective when they've been able to get the ball inside.
Some real shortcomings from this defense. I mean, they've given up 5 straight looks in the paint.
They get it back. Pekovic, and the layup's good off the glass. Pekovic has got the lead up to 10 now for the Timberwolves. And here is Burke. Passes it to Favors. There's the dish to Hayward. Off target with his 3. Timberwolves leading by 10. Young sets a screen for Martin. Pekovic attacking.
Utah. The Jazz playing much better basketball coincided with the return of rookie point guard Trey Burke from injury. Despite the fact they would have wanted a higher pick, it's really kind of nice to see their young core competing at a high level.
At the line for the Jazz lost 10 of 11 games to start the season, but once Burke returned from that broken finger, guys, he proved to be one of the more NBA-ready rookies.
No surprise from a player who won pretty much every National College Player of the Year award at Michigan his sophomore season. You know, they traded up to get him, and he's been a great fit.
And so Pekovic nails both of them.
Pekovic has been a problem inside. He has 9 points, and he's made 3 shots at the foul line.
Now that's important. I mean, get to the foul line. Any team, when you can outscore your opponent from the foul line, it's critical. And he's trying to do his part right there.
Now, here's Burks. 8 points for him. 3-pointer, Hayward. That one falls coming off Burks' feet.
Gordon.
Hayward's got 12 points in the game. And Rubio kicks to Martin. He dishes it to Wiggins. The feed to Young. Lets it go from 11, and he gets the jumper to drop. He's got 9.
And that's an owner's manual possession to get them a good look there, Kevin.
Burke kicks to Favors. Burke with the screen for Hayward. Burks dishes to Cantor. And he gets it to go.
And this is Cantor.
Cantor's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, he's been a real positive factor for them today, although, you know, as a team, they've had a lot of negatives mixed in there as well.
The drive by Rubio. And again, it's been so.
Well, it looks like he's finally found his footing in this game. His first quarter was a real struggle, but he's gotten it going now.
Burke kicks to Burks. This is to Burke. Burks, the pass to Burke. He feeds it to Burks. Shot clock at 6. Kicks it to Burke. Fires the 3. They get it back. Favors, dishes to Cantor. Hits the layup in for the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. Cantor's got 10 points in the game.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening, Steve.
No, it's off the charts. It really is. And defensively, I mean, they have to start shutting down some of those lanes to the hoop.
Now, here is Young. 9 points in the game so far. The 3. And Wiggins gets it to go on the assist by Rubio. Wiggins has got his second bucket.
They brought up their three-point percentage this quarter. They're shooting it well right now. The defense may need to think about making some kind of adjustment to slow that down.
Cantor with it. Covered by Pekovic. Here's Burks. And Utah again with the bucket. Minnesota leading by 10. Pekovic with the screen for Rubio. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Young in the corner. The three-pointer off the mark. Utah's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. And Favors kicks to Burke. Pass to Hayward. Shoots the 3. Minnesota with the rebound. Pekovic has got his 5th rebound in this one. Rubio, the pass to Pekovic. Launches it. And it's Wiggins missing. Jazz trail by 10. Favors, dishes to Burke. There's the screen. Burke's with it. Now guarded by Pekovic. And the shot is good. Cantor's got 8 here in the quarter.
You know, offensively, his quarter has been perfect. Not a single missed shot. They got to keep riding it.
Pekovic with the screen for Rubio. Wiggins kicks to Pekovic and stolen by Favors. And Cantor now top the key with some arc. Kevin Martin with the rebound. Martin's got 7 rebounds in the game. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
You know, last year the Wolves proved they were competitive. No teams pushed them around. But in the Western Conference, being competitive isn't enough to get you to the playoffs.
At the line for your
Timberwolves had a
Timberwolves,
losing record of 23-29 against the rest of the West. They weren't able to stay in playoff contention for too long.
Well, injuries were a part of that, but in general, this team is still missing a few pieces before they can climb that ladder out in the West.
Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves, Gorgie Dang comes in for Nikola Pekovic, and it's Williams in for Ricky Rubio. That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
You know, as we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has improved. It's gotten more aggressive, more physical.
It sure seems like it has. They've spent a lot of time at the foul line this quarter.
Now here's Burke. Now Exum. He kicks it to Hayward. 6 to shoot. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Hayward's got 14.
Boy, they are just destroying them in the paint.
You could say that again, Steve. The defenders just aren't aggressive enough down low.
Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris.
Well, guys, Quinn Snyder this season taking over as head coach of the Utah Jazz. Snyder said the fit is terrific. He loves player development. Certainly a nice compliment to this young roster. Snyder's road in the coaching ranks has been a winding one, but he said the adversity he's faced has made him a better coach and a better person. Gentlemen,
His time has come, Doris. All the makings of a great coach. Thank you. Exum's shot is off.
The defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
And Williams, here we go. It's Martin on the wing. That 3 off the mark. Jazz trail by 11. Out to the right wing. Hayward passes to Burke. Feeds to Booker. Burke with it. You know what? Good D by Williams.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
1:02 left to play here in the half. Outside, Martin. Lets it go from deep. Good.
It's a three.
Martin's got 9 points now in the quarter.
They're getting a bunch of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 buckets are from three-point range.
But the defense isn't making them earn it. I mean, those shots have just come on easy, open looks.
Here's Booker, and the pass to Burke. And Jang with the block. They recover it. Novak misses. Minnesota leading by 14. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Martin dishes to Young. Back to Martin. Pass to Dang. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Jang's got his first points in this one.
Fantastic pass. He turned that one into a pretty easy basket for his teammate.
They need this one, and that's not going to go. And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. Timberwolves lead by 16. And we'll get it going after this from the Target Center. Now it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time about to come back. Really incredible game from Kevin Martin.
Yeah, he played a very mature first half offensively, just finding gaps, making good decisions, getting into defense, and he's got a shot.
Well, the way he played that first half, that's exactly what we're talking about when we say offensive efficiency.
Timberwolves leading by 16. Taking a look at the Jazz. Pairing up in the backcourt, Trey Burke and Alec Burks. Hayward 3 and Favors the 4. And it's Cantor in at the 5 down low. Now here's Pekovic in all of Pekovic has got the first basket of the 3rd quarter for the Timberwolves. Burke kicks to Cantor. Pass to Hayward. The dish now to Burks. Shot clock at 5. So the whistle blows on the shot. And 2 free throws for the contact right there.
That's his first.
Alec Burks, really known as a slash shooting for into the NBA out of Colorado. His outside shooting was questioned. He's put in the work, and he's become a solid three-point shooter. Still young, he's only going to get better and better.
That free throw, no good. And Burke at 6'6", good quickness and ball handling ability, Clark, and he can play points in a pinch.
And you know, Kevin, the Jazz asked him to play there at times in the past. Combo guard skills with legit shooting guard size. That's a lethal package.
He hits the second from the line. Well, a major downfall for a young team is often getting road wins, and that was tough for the Jazz last year.
So tough, in fact, Kevin, they were the worst in the West when it came to road wins.
And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
Well, good idea setting that screen, but the execution wasn't there.
No, it sure wasn't. I mean, you want it to be hard, but it also has to be legal.
Here's Burke.
Jazz were the worst in the West last year on the road, as you mentioned. Only 9 wins in all. They really showed their youth and inexperience at times.
Now, here's Cantor. Trailing by 17.
And this is
Shot's
Cantor.
good. The Timberwolves shooting percentage, 59%. The offense is running smoothly. Pekovic with the screen for Rubio. Hayward grabs the board.
Going on the road with the team the Jazz had last year was really difficult because they would struggle to find a player to lean on late in games. When you can't get easy points on the road from somebody, you're going to struggle exactly the way the Jazz did. You need that player that can not only score and create for others, but get to the foul line as well.
Here's Rubio after Enes Kanter's basket. Rubio outside. Pekovic with the screen for Rubio. Here's Wiggins. The Timberwolves again can't hit. Jazz trail by 13. Burke with it, guarded now by Rubio. Burke, the pass to Burks. Six to shoot. He dishes it to Burke. 18 feet out. Here's Favors. And that's an air ball. Not even close. And there's the feed to Wiggins. Back to Rubio. Connects in the foul line. Rubio's got 12.
The entire defense was frozen foot. Nobody picked up the shooter, Kevin.
And the Jazz call time here.
All right, once again, everybody on the same
Looks to me like he saw something that wasn't on the plan, and I think now is the time to address it.
All right, that is your Timberwolves dancers. Let me hear it.
Here's Burke. Hits it from three-point range. Burke's got his second basket of the game.
That's like a layup for him. He's just wide open out there.
Minnesota calls timeout.
Smooth operator. Just doesn't seem to make those rookie mistakes.
All right,
Big
that
decision
is
maker.
your
Ball in his
Timberwolves
hand.
dancers. Let me hear it.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Rubio dishes to Wiggins. Into Pekovic. The kick out to Young. Back to Pekovic. 5 to shoot. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Pulls up on the elbow. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
Great defense there. You really have to challenge him at that range.
Burks kicks to Cantor. Here's Favors. Again, Favors missing.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
Outside, Martin. Dishes it to Rubio. He feeds it to Pekovic. And Derek Favors pulls it down. Favors got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Burks the pass to Favors. Kicks it to Hayward. Pass to Burke. The floater, and he gets it to go. Burke's got 5 points in the quarter.
A sensational run has them on the brink of tying it up or even taking the lead all of a sudden.
Steve, quite a turn of events here. I mean, they really snapped into focus in a hurry and tightened up their game at both ends.
Now here's Favors. Here's Cantor. And there's another one for the Jazz.
How huge has he been, giving his team the lift?
Without his work offensively, Steve, I don't know where they'd be. Shooting at great efficiency. I don't think they'd have a chance without him.
Martin's in the post. Burks covering. He took good advantage of that screen. 20 points for Kevin Martin.
Now this lead really dwindling now, and this is getting interesting.
Yeah, it's very interesting, guys. I mean, a few quick shots and some defensive stops, and this game is tight again.
Now here's Burke. 7 points in the game. He kicks it to Hayward. Fires from deep. The rebound by Young. Young's got his third rebound on the night. Begovic with the screen for Rubio. In the corner, it's Wiggins. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist. That's 8 points for Andrew Wiggins.
I'm not sure that was the play they had set up, but it was too good a look to pass up.
Burke kicks to Cantor. 7-foot shot. Again, the Jazz score.
He is feeling a terrific percentage from the field.
Timberwolves leading by 11. Begovic with the screen for Rubio. Feeds it to Begovic. Puts it up from 15, and he recovers it from deep. And another three for Minnesota.
That was simply a defensive breakdown there, Kevin. He was all alone for that shot. It was a warm-up jumper.
Now here's Burke, covered by Rubio. And Favors kicks to Burke. Now the pass to Hayward. There's the three. And it's Hayward again missing. Minnesota's gotten the three-point shot off 16 times tonight. 7 times they've hit it, 9 times they've missed. And so he has a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
That's his second personal.
There were a lot of hopeful Minnesota fans thinking they had a chance at the playoffs last year early, but injuries and slumps derailed their season.
At the line for your
It wasn't that long
Timberwolves.
ago, but it's been a
Ricky Rubio.
decade since the Wolves were in the
At the line for
playoff
2.
situation.
Time moves on, you know that, Kevin. It races by. Hard to believe they were a postseason lock for much of the late 90s and early 2000s.
There's a guy named Kevin Garnett that was there. Helped that cause.
Yes, sir.
Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves. Anthony Bennett's checked in for Nikola Pekovic. Brewer comes in for Wiggins. And Levine subbed in for Kevin Martin. Well, guys, the Utah Jazz, one of the better front offices, I think all would agree, in the NBA, narrowly missing the playoffs in 2013. And they saw this loaded 2014 draft class, and Steve, they decided to go young.
Well, tough to let Paul Millsap and Al Jefferson just walk away, but you know there's a plan in place, and the Jazz felt like they needed to go young. They didn't want to tie themselves up long term with contracts that would just lead to mediocrity. So the rebuild is on, and this team does have some talent.
Rubio, shot's good.
Ricky Rubio.
Rubio's got 18 points. Jazz trail by 17. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Burks dishes to Cantor. Here's Burke. He's got 7. 6 on the shot clock.
Jeremy
and
Evans.
the jam by Jeremy Evans.
Really hard to decide, guys, which was better. The pass, the catch, or the slam.
Clark, there's no wrong answer to that one, my friend. Sensational alley-oop all the way around.
Agreed.
All of the above.
Now, here's Bennett. And again, it's Minnesota converted.
Basket by Anthony Bennett.
And you know, for the Jazz, you look at this lineup of Trey Burke, Alec Burks, Gordon Hayward, Enes Kanter, Derek Favors. I mean, they're all 24 years or younger. I think this is a team that can grow together, and we've talked about it before, continuity being such an important piece of a successful team. And they've already shown they can win ball games, so I'm interested to watch this group grow together and see where they can get to.
Now, here's Burke. Pass to Hood. The dish to Evans. Passes to Hood. Now, here's Burks. Not a lot of room. Hits it from three-point range.
Burks.
Burks has got 14 points.
Well, the Jazz, I think, still in this rebuild, but it's interesting. They've got a lot of young assets trying to make a break from the middle. Got young talent, cap space, draft picks, big goals in mind. They're looking beyond just fighting for a playoff spot.
Now, here's Burks. 14 points for him. Here's Evans. Nice work on the board. He's paying off with the basket. 6 points for him. Timberwolves leading by 12. Bean passes to Bennett. Burks with the steal. They set the pick. He dishes it to Evans. Now the feed to Burke from the arc. And again, it's the Jazz from deep.
A wide open three. They need much better communication defensively.
The drive by Rubio. That drops.
Ricky
Rubio's
Rubio.
got 10 points here in the second half.
I don't think they can ask much more of him than what he's done this quarter.
Burke kicks to Burks. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Burks has got 6 here in this quarter.
And you can feel the pattern of this game, guys. They're working it inside, dominating in the paint, getting good shots at will.
Well, 4 of their last 5 baskets, guys, have been of exactly that variety.
Now, here's Rubio. He's got 20. Just 5 to shoot. Bennett dishes to Young. 3-pointer. Can't get it to go. And it's Utah the other way. Burke kicks to Hood. Jazz passing it around. Now here's Burke, covered by Rubio. 14 feet away, and Utah again with the bucket.
Boy, the shots finally dropping for them in bunches, and I'll tell you what, the complexion of this game has totally changed.
You know, that kind of offensive eruption was the only thing that was going to get them back into this one.
Now here's Bennett, and he gets it to go.
Basket by Anthony Bennett.
They haven't been as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. They're playing smart with the lead. I like that. They're being very selective and deliberate in their offense. That's a good strategy when you're on top.
So here's Burks. He's got 16. Pass to Hood. 3-pointer. Rebound, Minnesota. Young's got 4 rebounds now tonight. The drive by Rubio. Down low. Here's Bennett. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist. Rubio's got 9 assists in the game. Great passing. Jazz trail by 11. There's 48 seconds left in the third. Here's Cantor. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Anthony Bennett.
Enes Kanter, originally from Turkey, promise offensively. He scores well on that left block, and he does a nice job on the offensive boards as well. At times, he's even shown the ability to step out and space the floor. It'll be interesting to see how his game develops.
And Cantor's not a big leaper or shot blocker, but his strength serves him well defensively.
Yeah, he's a good post defender, Kevin, because of those attributes. He holds his ground and has the length to bother and challenge shots.
Enes Kanter was the 3rd overall pick back in 2011, drafted out of Kentucky, where he actually never played a game there due to ineligibility. But he was a bit of a gamble because of that. I'm not sure he's completely delivered on those lofty expectations yet.
So he picks up just 1 from the line that time. And for Cantor last season, Clark, a big uptick in minutes, but his productivity actually regressed somewhat.
Well, Kevin, the shooting percentages went down, as did his blocks and steals. Remember now, he's only 22 years old, and it's not always a straight line of progression for players. There are occasional
Backward violation call.
bounce back up to that next
Timberwolves
plateau.
ball.
Outside Williams. Dishes to Young. Back to Williams. In the corner, it's Brewer. Good. Great play by Williams to set it up. Brewer's got 5. 5 seconds left here in the third quarter. Up in time. Oh, he got it! Oh, buzzer!
Knock it down!
Shot.
right at the horn. Oh, a miracle heave to finish off the quarter. How did he get that to go down?
A nice release and some good concentration as well, but the biggest thing about that, a whole lot of luck.
And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
A tremendous point guard play, but that's nothing new coming from him. This is what you expect. A gorgeous feed there.
Jazz trail by 10. Wiggins is out there with Chang. Then it's Williams. And there's Bekovic. And it's Barea in at the 2. So that's the Timberwolves 5. Here's Favors. No good. Great D that time from Bekovic. Minnesota shooting a smooth 58% from the field. Everything going according to plan for them on that end. Utah shooting at 51%. Really solid. Exum kicks to Hayward. He feeds it to Exum. The pass to Hayward. 6 to shoot. Pass to Exum. Kicks to Hayward. Rebound Minnesota. They led by as many as 18 points. Outside Williams. He kicks to Jang. Out to the wing. Outside Williams. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. And it's Wiggins missing.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys, but as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
Exum passes to Hayward. Feeds it to Exum. The dish to Favors. Pass to Booker. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead. Booker's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Jams. Outside Williams. The feed to Barea. And there's the whistle. Foul hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
J.J. Barea, quick scoring guard, great attacking off of pick and rolls. And for his size, I'll tell you what, he has an impressive ability to finish around the rim.
At the line for your Timberwolves,
just 6
J.J. Barea.
Scrappy defender Clark. He plays in
2 shots.
And he's a master of drawing charges.
Yeah, you know, the league actually cracked down on him a little bit. One of the players singled out for flopping. That's mitigated one of his best defensive weapons.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Martin's checked in. That one misses. Jazz trail by 9. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Exum kicks to Booker. Unloads from 9. Rebound by Dang. Now Barea. It's Martin on the wing. It's up a 3, and it's good.
Avon for 3.
Martin's got 23.
Boy, that's a really nice feed by J.J. Barea.
Jazz have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Exum kicks to Favors. Good on the baseline, Jay.
And this game is really heated up. I didn't think it could get any more high scoring than it already was.
Well, there's always room for more offense, Steve. You know that.
Now here is Martin. He dishes it to Wiggins. Wants to get it to Barea and does. Wiggins kicks to Martin. Just 4 to shoot. A 3 ball. And again,
It's a 3.
Minnesota with the triple. Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. Now here's Exum. Favors with the screen. Exum dishes to Favors. Pass to Novak. He feeds it to Exum from downtown. And Utah another 3.
Their three-point percentage has taken a big leap up since the start of the second half. They're starting to find the range.
Steve, the lasers are starting to do their thing. That's going to be the ticket for them the rest of the way.
Here's Berea. Pekovic with a screen. Martin kicks to Berea. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Wiggins. Utah with the rebound. Novak's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Dishes to Favors. Here is Novak. Exum kicks to Hayward. Off the pick. Pekovic with the rebound. Pekovic has got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Zhang, the pass to Berea. Kicks it to Pekovic. Tries to save it, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Jazz take it.
Where was he going with that pass? That's just an awful turnover.
Ricky Rubio checked in for J.J. Berea. Alec Burks checked in for the Jazz. Jazz trail by 10. And here's Exum. There's the pass to Hayward. Pass to Burks. 6 on the shot clock. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Burks has got it back down to single digits for the Jazz. Rubio dishes to Wiggins. Back to Rubio. Pekovic inside. He's guarded by Booker. And it's good. Contact gets the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
That's his first
Terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the hit.
That's how you do it, the bump and the bucket.
And the Timberwolves making a change.
Timberwolves.
Young's checked in.
Nikola
And Utah with a
Pekovic.
change here too. Burke, he's
One
checked in
shot.
for Exum. Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for the Timberwolves.
Well, their passing has been picturesque, a thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
And another thing that's obviously helped them here, guys, is how hot they've been from the three-point line. They've been on fire.
Burke kicks to Hayward. Here's Booker. And Utah again with the bucket.
That's pretty much been
Assist
the norm
from-
for them. Getting their points off assists and great ball movement.
Nice rhythm and flow for this team. Tremendous communication and alertness.
And out of bounds as the
Jazz
Jazz gain possession.
Now in the
Such a
lineup for the
careless
Jazz.
pass. You've got to keep your head in the game here.
Gentry checked in for the Jazz. Jazz trail by 9. Now Burke. He kicks it to Cantor. And Utah again with the bucket. Minnesota's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Pekovic with the screen for Martin. Wiggins passes to Martin. 6 to shoot. Here's Rubio. Falls back and triggers a fadeaway jumper. Rubio's got 12 points in just the second half. Burke with it. Hayward a screen on Rubio. There's the pick. Here's Burke. And that one hits back iron. Timberwolves leading by 9. And it's Martin penetrating. Goes up on the block. Cannot hit. The Jazz go the other way with it. Hayward with the ball. Guarded now by Rubio. Burks kicks to Cantor. Knocks it loose. And it's out of bounds. Utah able to retain possession here.
10 seconds on the shot clock.
6 to shoot. Here's Burks. Misses off the left iron.
That's one he knows he should have made.
Pekovic with the screen for Rubio. Here's Martin. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. And it's an 11-point Timberwolves lead. Jazz have gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the fourth and even 50%. Burke kicks to Cantor. Rebound, Minnesota. Young's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Rubio dishes to Young. Back to Rubio. Passes it to Pekovic, and he gets it to go. They got on this roll a while ago, and they just haven't looked back.
You can always depend on him to put the pass right on the money.
Now, here's Burke. Feeds it to Favors. The dish to Burke. 6 to shoot. And Derek Favors with the slam.
Nothing fancy. Didn't need it.
Nope. His only concern right now, Clark, is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style.
I like the simplicity.
But there was some style there, Kev. It was a pretty sweet one-handed flush.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Hey, Kev. Well, during that last break, I heard Flip Saunders addressing his team. He said, we are this close to finishing them off, but the job is not done yet, and I don't want to see any let-up out there. We'll see how well his point got across, guys.
Now, here's Rubio. Rubio left side. Young in the corner. And another three.
They've been able to depend on his offense all game long, guys. He's drained a lot of shots out here.
And between now and the horn, Steve, the ball should be in his hands as much as possible if they want to continue to build this lead.
Now, here's Cantor. Three-pointer, Hayward. Rebounded by Pekovic.
And his mechanics are just all out of whack now. He just has no feel for his shot.
Well, his numbers certainly back that fact up. I mean, he has gone ice cold here.
Jazz trail by 14. Burke the pass to Hayward. So here's Burks. Cantor inside, defended by Young. And yes, sir, that one drops. Cantor's got 13 points in the second half.
The turnaround jumper, that was a thing of beauty.
Martin kicks to Rubio. Pekovic with the screen for Rubio. To the left wing. Here's Pekovic. Blocked. Now here's Burke. He's guarded closely. There's the feed to Hayward. 17-foot shot on the way. That one falls coming off Burke's feet. Burke's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. And Rubio kicks to Martin. Rubio outside. Here's Pekovic. And the shot is good. And the Timberwolves lead by 12. And the Jazz all time here.
Stack my nachos with the rock determination. Up a vato, running across the border with his poncho. Face like when it's possible. Planning these things till I die. When the Holy Father handed my rings when I was young.
Hayward to the right side. There's the dribble. Pekovic with the rebound. Pekovic has got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. Young with the ball. And Burks picks him up defensively. And Rubio kicks to Martin. Shot clock at 6. Young dishes to Pekovic. He shoots again, and the layup is up and in. Pekovic has got 9 points now in the quarter.
Well, that just adds to what's probably an already insurmountable lead. I think they'll be walking out of here with a pretty easy victory.
Steve, I think that's a given.
Now, here's Burke. Burks' shot is good. Burks has got 21 in the game.
The defense sagged off, and, he did not hesitate to rise up and bury that three.
Minnesota leading by 11.
I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for Minnesota.
They found a great rhythm from long range.
They sure did, Kevin. Every time they left the man open deep, they had a good look at the basket, and they didn't hesitate, and the aggressiveness paid off.
And you see the contributions from the role players on the team. And boy, what a game it was for Ricky Rubio. And the way he was able to dice up their D with his passing really made things easy for everyone on his team on offense.
And here's Rubio, following the three from Alec Burks. Young against Favors. Young passes to Martin. He dishes it to Pekovic. 6 to shoot. No good. The Jazz go the other way with it. Here's Burks. It's good. The assist that time from Burke. There's 31 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Right side, Martin. Back to Rubio. To the wing on the left. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. And it's Martin penetrating. Young for three. And another three for Minnesota.
A little bit more for these fans to cheer about as they get ready to celebrate the win.
Well, they can already start to celebrate, Steve, and they should let their team hear it. They were
Foul
good.
called. Thaddeus Young. That's his third personal foul. Shooting for Utah, Derek Favors, taking 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. So it's both teams making substitutions here. And the second free throw, good. And so it's the Timberwolves taking care of business here. You know, Clark, every team has a bad night, and these guys might want to watch the tape of this game the next time they have a bad night to remind themselves how dominant they can be.
Well, this is one of those dreamlike games for a coach.
And so now we'll go down to Doris Burke, who's standing by live with our Jordan player of the game. Doris?
Ricky, a great individual performance by you tonight. What does it mean to you to be able to make such a contribution in a game like this?
Yes, it means something. It means that we win. But, I mean, of course, I'm happy. But the most important thing is that we play as a team. We did it today, and we make shots.
You certainly did, Ricky. Thanks for the time. Guys?
Thank you, Doris, for that. And now for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan saying, see you next time, as we present our short player of the game, Ricky Rubio.